Welcome. Hey, listen, this is what 7-2 looks like. You understand me? I'm hype. I got the energy. Welcome to another fantastic installment of Academy Sports Show, coming from you live from wherever you're watching, whether it's the Facebook, which we appreciate it, but we always want you to go to the YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything on the YouTube Academy Sports Show, and most importantly, make sure you trigger that bell. I hit it up here. All right.
Yeah, I've decided that I'm just gonna hit the bell. I've never gotten that right. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the bell.
Trigger that bell every time you go on, so that way you get a notification every time we go live. I got my notification. Hopefully you got your notification. Hopefully everybody comes into the chat. If you're a part of the rewatch gang, man, make sure you comment. Let us know that you're not watching it live, because we're trying to stay to the schedule of Monday around 7 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you do all that. We greatly appreciate it. We got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to kick it off real smooth by introducing my man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Joel Williams.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? As they say to D. Welcome to the show, everybody, man. We appreciate you joining us. You heard the man. We are here. We are live. It's a Monday night. This how we're going to do it. We're going to try to do it every week. Monday night around 7. We appreciate y'all jumping in with us. Dennis, what's good, man? Welcome to the show. We appreciate you. Like Dre said, man, if you're in the chat and you're watching us live, make sure you shout us out, say something. Most of all, please make sure you share this with somebody else so we just keep getting everybody in on it, checking us out, joining us, talking about some things. We got a lot to cover tonight. Lot to cover, man. As always, you know how we do it. We got trivia night. We have what to mean. We're going to get into that, of course, as we always do. So make sure you get ready to answer your trivia question or not, so that we can just continue to take another lead in this contest. Besides that, though, we got a lot to talk about, man. Jim Harbaugh suspended Friday afternoon while on the plane. Michigan Wolverines were heading to Happy Valley to play the Penn State Nittany Lions. We'll get into that a little bit. Get your thoughts and concerns. Update you on the saga that is Michigan versus everybody. Also, we got another installment, man, of Joel, Do You Care? Really looking forward to that. I actually really enjoy this. I enjoyed it the first time. I think we can get this to be something.
We had a 10. We had a 0. Who knows what he's going to do today?
Yep, who knows? All right, so we're going to get into that. Plus, we got our NFL top 5. We got to touch a little bit on the NFL. You know how we do it. That's our wheelhouse. A lot going on in the NFL right now. It's getting late in the season. Got a couple more teams to take their bye weeks coming up pretty soon. And then everybody will be pushing towards the playoffs. And we're going to talk a little bit of Lions. We're going to talk Browns. We're going to talk NFL. And then to wrap up the show tonight, man, we got a little something special. My son has been posting something on social media, trying to get feedback from the audience on whether or not something is or isn't related to football. So a little teaser right there. So definitely want to stick with us throughout the show, man, because we want to get you guys to chime in at the end of the show as well when we put that out. And hopefully I'm going to see if I can get him to tune in so he can see what the results are and see what everybody thinks. But we got a lot ahead, man. Like I said, if you're in the chat, Dennis is here. We appreciate it. We got a few other people here, so make sure you shout us out, let us know, say what up, or say what up, though. Depends on where you are, where you're from. A lot to go tonight. Academy Sports Show, we live.
Who you be with? What number to dial? All right. As you know, the format is the format. As Joel said, we got trivia night, then we got memes, then we get into the nice, juicy steak of the show. So trivia night as follows. So last season's trivia night, listen, the host won, okay? We killed y'all. We destroyed y'all. Okay? We'll give y'all another chance. Another season of trivia night. Right now it's 0-0. The question last week Joe gave to me, I did not get it correct. Neither did the field, so nobody got a point. The rules goes as follows. If you answer for the field, if you put your answer in the chat, that is the answer for everybody. All right? And that is solidified, right or wrong. I answer, it's my answer, right or wrong. Whoever gets it right, gets it right. Gets it wrong, gets it wrong. Speed kills. All we ask is stay off the internet and come straight from the dome because that's what we're doing today. Today is Joel's. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
All right.
Wait, no. He said, see, we had to clarify. Hey, mama. Now listen, y'all got torched in the last round of this.
Last season.
We pressed the reset now. Yep. Yeah. Y'all got torched last season.
Yeah. It's going to happen again. We go back to back. All right. So you have a Michigan football trivia.
Uh-oh. We got some Michigan football folks in the building, so I got to be on my game here.
Michigan football trivia. No internet fingers.
It's not as easy as you think this is. This is a lot of pressure. You're supposed to know this stuff.
You are.
Leo in the building.
That was good. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Was that Leo is that Leo in a football uniform at Wayne State? In that picture? Hey, throwback.
About to run the ref down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 9. All right, man. So here we go.
Voices too.
So here we go. Michigan football question. As of now, Tom Brady's retired. He's going to stay retired, and he's going to enter the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So that will make 10 University of Michigan people that are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, God.
Right now, there is 9. Sir, I just need 3.
In the Hall of Fame?
In the Hall of Fame currently. 3 former Michigan players that are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Woodson, Desmond, and
the College Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Desmond hasn't gotten a gold jacket yet. You said that pretty quickly. Well, no, Woods.
All right, first answer's in.
Woodson. All right. Man, Hall of Fame, NFL.
Yellow jacket, gold jacket. Nobody else can answer. Leo put his answer in.
Well, I mean, they can answer, right? But they just.
I mean, yeah.
But Leo's answer is the one that is the. All right, and I can't use Brady obviously because you're saying Brady because Brady's gonna be in. He's not in yet.
Right.
All right.
He is not in.
Woodson, man, I don't know this. This is not a softball.
Ooh. I should have said 2. 1.
All right, let's see here. All running back, all receivers. Man, it's a pro football too, so I can name some guys just randomly and think they might be in. Names that might have a chance to be in. Woodson, Ford, and Harmon.
All right.
I just named like 2 Heisman Trophy winners and one guy that's a popular name.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Woodson, Ford, and Harmon.
Let's pin this up here. Woodson, Hutchinson, and Law.
All right.
Is Hutchinson senior in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Ty Law was a Super Bowl MVP, wasn't he? No, he was a corner as well, wasn't he?
Yep. I don't think he was Super Bowl MVP, but he was the Patriots' best corner for a long time.
The Patriots' best corner for a long time. Okay. Huh.
All right. 9 Michigan Hall of Famers. 9 Michigan alumni who are members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Leroy Hurst, 1968. Bill Hewitt, 1971. Lynn Ford, 1979. Hopefully that was the Ford you were talking about.
Wow. I got one.
Dan Deerdorf,
Oh, duh.
1996.
That's annoying.
Tom Mack, 1999. Benny Friedman, 2005. Ty Law, 2019. Steve Hutchinson, 2020. Charles Woodson, 2021.
Wow. Steve Hutchinson is in the Hall of Fame.
In the Hall of Fame. You know they needed some guards.
Wow.
So by that standard, Mr. Wells, you have got the field on the board.
It does.
So now as it stands,
Here
the
we
field
go.
is up 1-0.
There's your updates.
We will have our revenge in this life for the next.
Yes. He was quick with it too. Said, put some respect on Hutchinson. Right.
Seattle Seahawks great.
And there it is. Coach Leo has endeared himself to the Academy Sports chat. Lore, welcome to the family, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you got to show up and help them every week.
What was last season's score? Like 10-4?
Yeah, or 11-3 or something like that. Yeah, it didn't go well for them last year.
It didn't go well. All right. I like it. Put a little stank on it. All right, so that's trivia night. If you got a trivia question, make sure you shoot it to either me or Joel so we can ask each other during the show. You just can't comment that week. Make sure you're here at the beginning of every show. We do trivia night, so whether that's 7:30, doesn't matter. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. Hit the bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live. That way you can get us at the beginning of every show. All right, but like we said, we're going to try to hit Mondays around 7:30. All right, so that's trivia night. Next up, what the meme? We got memes from different websites. I created a couple myself because I just wanted to see the spiciness. So what the meme is always those memes you see on the internet, make a team out of $15, start bitch cut, stuff like that. So play that every week. So let's give it a shot. First one's up. Start, bench, cut. You got CD, Jamar, and AJ. All three guys having monster years.
Ooh.
Got a little heat.
I'm going to start AJ. I'm going to bench Chase, and I'm cutting CD.
Ooh. Is that Cowboy hate?
That is not Cowboy hate. They are all three having a very, very dominant season. Out of the games that I've watched, just the eye test for me right now, AJ is just unguardable. Like D-ball and the short route, like everything is just, and Jamar is just, he just so smooth with it. And CD, I love his game. It just seemed like it's a little more, work for him to have that impact than the other two. The other two seem to just be getting it. Like, I don't know. I CD's there. It's hard to actually say anything about him, to be honest with you. But that's I'm cutting him behind these two.
Got you. Ooh. I'm starting Jamar.
How you start? Well, go ahead and finish.
I'm starting Jamar. Even though AJ is winning me games, yes, I know. AJ is winning me games in fantasy. But I just like Jamar's game. I'm starting Jamar. And then this is a tight one for me. Because I like CD. CD is a good one-handed.
You like him, but come on.
I like CD.
You already benched the guy.
Huh?
You already benched AJ. You
I'm
about
a
to
bench AJ, and I mean, I got both of them. Let's be honest. All right, let's slight flex. Let's do that. Okay, I got Jamar and AJ. All
I mean, my
right,
slate flexes. I'm 8-1. I mean,
it just
I'm
be like
8-1
that.
in fantasy right now. I don't.
It just be like that sometimes, you know. You
That
number
Las
one in
Vegas
your
team.
division.
That
You
Las
number one
Vegas
in your.
team is I'm number one in the league right now.
You number one in your division. I'm number one in
Yeah.
my division. You number
Yeah,
one in your division.
I'm number
Okay.
one in my division. Yeah.
All right, we just want to see you two number one people in that division.
Yeah. I don't know what Kobe's team and Dennis's team are doing, but that's another
That's
segment.
number one.
Yeah,
that's all I got to say. But I'm gonna go with Jamar, AJ, and then CD. So go ahead, put your start bench cuts in. Let us know how you feel.
Kobe said, start AJ, bench Chase, cut the Cowboy. Here's his Cowboy hate.
I respect it. I was to say it all out.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm with Dennis. Like, I think maybe that's the piece for me is I feel like the quarterback is kind of hurting CD in this case. I mean, Philly hasn't thrown it well either, to be honest with you. But it's just like it seems like every time you throw it up to AJ right now, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Corner of the end zone. I mean, the comeback route, the slant, it just don't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's the quarterback that's kind of pushing me a little bit to cut CD.
Gotcha.
I got my back-to-backs.
Hey, listen, champ, you got that over me. You got, I got to enjoy my moment. Okay, as a Lions fan, most definitely enjoy your moments. Have my moment. All right. So a lot of people cutting lamb. All right, here we go. Next one. Next one. Start bitch cut.
Oh, did you make this one up?
Shroud has entered the building. Nope, this was on the score.
Man, hey, as of today,
the building.
Man, listen, as of today, I'm starting CJ for sure. Like as of today, this guy is rookie of the year lock. I mean, this is easy as far as who started. He's on fire in fuego right now. He is on fire right now.
Yep.
They're in second place in their division, one game back of the Jaguars. I'm actually gonna bench. No, I'm gonna bench Justin, and I'm cutting Trevor.
You cutting Sunshine. Oh,
I'm cutting Sunshine. Listen, man, I'm just underwhelmed by Jacksonville. Started out in a good spot. I think they capitalized on the schedule a little bit, but I'm underwhelmed by them right now. But CJ's on fire. And the thing about Herbert is, listen, the Chargers are going to go 8-8 every year, okay? Because that's just, I don't know.
That's the quarterback, though.
But bro, I mean, while they're losing games or winning some and losing others, my man throw for like 350 every game. So it's hard for me to knock him. He got a cannon of an arm, and he threw for 350, 400 like every game. I look up, they lost to y'all. He threw for like 350 and 4 touchdowns. Like, that's kind of his stat line every week, but they always like lose by 2 points because their coaching is always bad, and they make bad decisions. So I gotta go. I'm gonna go. CJ is the start. I'm starting CJ. I'm keeping Justin on my bench, and I'm cutting Trevor Lawrence.
Starting a rook.
Straight up, bro. Dennis agrees. Bye, Trevor.
The rook has took over.
The Chargers not a way to lose.
I am going to start CJ. And I am going to bench Trevor because he's my guy. I'm going to keep my guy. And Justin Herbert can go ahead and get up out of here. Okay?
Man, you got to be kidding me.
Ouch. The stat stuffer, Pat Stafford, Justin Herbert, just all stats, no wins. Get out of here. I don't want you. One day, Trevor Lawrence is going to be great. I believe it in my soul.
Keep him on your bench. I got you.
Keep him on my bench. I'm going to stash him away. I'm gonna stash him away. He's a gamer, finds a way to win games when his team don't suck. But CJ, Lawrence, let's get Herbert out of here. All right, Kobe said I'll keep the same order. All right, last one. Who's a better prospect? We had the pleasure of watching young Marvin Harrison Jr. run Brookshaw over Michigan State, over the sensation, the guy who's rated higher than Andrew Luck and all these other things, Mr. Caleb Williams.
I don't know why.
Oh, you don't believe the hype?
I do not.
You don't believe that? Okay.
Do not. This is easy for me. It's Marvin. The Caleb Williams hype to me is not real. Here's the thing about Caleb Williams that I don't think translates to the NFL. Having watched a number of games, and you read some of the sub stats on this guy, he's done some video game type stuff to help his team win games. Yes, the defense is horrible, and thus they have fired their defensive coordinator, and I think they lost again this week still. But the stuff that he does to like get out of the pocket and make some of those plays that he makes, you can't do that in the NFL. I'm not a believer of that in the NFL. And that's his game. He also sometimes, to me, makes poor decisions. And he holds the ball. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but he has the most turnovers, the most fumbles as a quarterback in the Power 5 over the last 2 to 3 seasons.
Hey, little Daniel Jones, huh?
Yeah, I'm not big on this guy at all. And when I see him on TV and I don't know him, this is straight like sports analysis. You're just looking at it and hot taking it with nothing to back this up. He doesn't feel like a team leader to me. Mm-hmm. Feels like a stat guy. Like, just feels like it's a me first type attitude. I don't see him firing up his teammates ever. I don't see him talking. When he throws a pick, he's just standing on the sideline, usually by the one guy in the program that looks like his one job is to make Caleb happy. Like, I just don't see it. Like, the whole, going in this – well, I'm going to go comment on that. But I just don't see the leadership piece from a quarterback. And that could all be me just misreading the whole thing. So when it comes to who's the better prospect, Marvin translates. He's going to come to the league. The only thing that's going to hold him back is what system does he go into and does he have a quarterback that can throw the ball. But Marvin is potentially another 10, 12 season wide receiver who could put up prolific numbers and end up with a Hall of Fame career. That's the talent that he seems to be showing right now.
He's going to be in that CD Jamar.
Yeah, he's about to enter that
in a couple of years.
Yep. He's coming in. He'll be one of those guys.
He just wanted to pet his dog.
Okay.
All right, Marvin it is.
No, for that.
Huh? Didn't he say that or something after a loss? He just wants to lay down and pet his dog.
Oh, yeah. See? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's more fodder.
Were you one of the people killing him because he's crying in the stands with his mom?
No, I mean, JoJo cried pretty hard after he lost to Romeo. So I was about to kill him for that, and then I had to stop and think, okay. But I don't know. It's something about it. I think the other thing that's been bugging me about him is kind of his I haven't arrived arrogance. The whole, you know what? I only want to play for this many teams. So if these teams aren't there, I'm just going to stay in college again. That whole little thing he's trying to do. I'm from the old school of, man, come on, man. Come prove it. Come up here and prove it. How you making these all-world declarations? Oh, I'm about to change the game and I'm about to stay in college until, I don't have to come out this year because of my NIL. I can just keep this money and wait. Come prove it. Come prove it. Come earn your check up here in the NFL. That's what I'm saying. That act like you're trying to get there first. It's something about that just rubs me the wrong way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Marvin.
I can't wait till this kid gets drafted. We're gonna follow him his whole career. He looks like You know what it is? He's light skinned. This is your football, Jason Tatum. I got it. All right. It makes sense now. It makes sense
I
now.
was actually about to say we will follow him like Jason Tatum. He could be in that, but I wasn't. It's nothing about light skin though, bro. It's nothing about light skin.
It's the light skinned football guy. Got it. Don't like him. Cool. All right. So that's what the meme.
Who do you think is going to be the better prospect?
I mean, I guess I'll go with Marvin. Like I said, I'm not a huge college football guy, but I got to see Marvin up close and personal a couple of games. And then I trust your evaluation. You know, if you say that he don't look like he translate, then you know, normally when it's draft time, that's when I start to look at some of these guys and see who fits where and watch some tape and some reels and some highlights. But right now, I just got to go with what I've seen. And so what I've seen is more Marvin than anything. So I'll go with Marvin. Those are offensive comments. Yeah, listen, if you follow Joel's pattern of all the guys he don't like, it's a pattern. He don't like the Mustard Brothers.
So, hey, thank you, Jason, for providing me with a great fodder after last week's show. Thank you very much, Jason. I appreciate it.
Hey, listen, Draymond just found out every time you bark at Minnesota Jordan, he going to put you down. All right? He going to put you down every single time something smooth. Minnesota Jordan don't play.
The 8 seed City Boys in Minnesota don't play. Okay? Listen. Stop going up there and making a bunch of noise. They're going to run you out of town. They the only ones up there. Stop.
Listen, especially after that FIBA run or that USA run, I'm not messing with Minnesota Jordan. He feeling himself. That's a bad boy. All right, here we go. Your thoughts, sir. Break it down. Tell me all the things.
Listen, man. Okay. Let's just kind of catch everybody up. If you've been following this, you've been following it. But if not, let's catch everybody up on this. So, Mr. Petiti has come down with a suspension. And if you don't know who Petiti is, he's the Big Ten commissioner. They've suspended Jim Harbaugh for 3 games basically for the rest of the regular season. 3-game suspension for the alleged sign stealing. And I'm still reserving the majority of my thoughts, but I will say this because I still want to see what the full gander is with this. From the looks of the way this is playing out, maybe the matter of fact, to be honest with you, I feel like I can go ahead and just kind of say it. This looks like the way that it's being spun, okay? So the plausible deniability here that Michigan is going to take is Connor Stallions was sign stealing, okay? And this is a known thing that everybody does. New evidence has surfaced of coaches sharing the Michigan signs with Purdue from Rutgers and Ohio State with Purdue before the Big Ten championship game last year. If any of you watched that game, weirdly enough, that game was close at halftime. Then Michigan stormed out and finished the game in the second half. Ohio State, Michigan last year, close to half. Actually, Ohio State was up at halftime. Michigan comes out, kills them. 2 years ago, it was a 1-point game at halftime. Michigan comes out, kills them in the second half. So it's looking like, if you look at the response from the Big Ten, who's basically said there's enough evidence to say that you guys were not sportsmanlike. So under our policy, here's our penalty. Michigan's response is due process. There should be due process. Never in the history of NCAA college athletics has a commissioner or a conference imposed something without the NCAA investigation being completed. Due process. So they come down, they suspend them. Mind you, they don't call them first. They suspend them, post it on social media. No, I'm sorry, they suspend them. They'll post it on social media, and then they call after they do their press release and Michigan's on the plane and finds out via social media. So they're landing already knowing this. So as you can see from the statement from Ward Manuel, he's released completely unethical approach. The process in the NCAA was not obeyed, da 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 da. And now there's a court hearing next Friday in Washtenaw County, which Pete Thamel needs to practice on how to say Washtenaw. It's Washtenaw County, Ann Arbor, Michigan, where they will seek an injunction to delay the suspension, which he's already served one game of, so that he can be back on the sideline next week. Now, this is a bunch of malarkey. Okay? When I say that, this is what I mean. I think from the response that Michigan has put out, which you can go online and read, Michigan basically is saying, hey, everybody does this. And they've gone as far as they haven't said it, but you can just tell they're not denying that this was done. But what the position seems to be is they're denying that they knew how he wanted to get it done. So they did. I'm sorry. They're denying that they knew how Stalions was going about his process.
Gotcha.
That's where this seems to be headed, because all the little nuggets coming out are saying basically there is zero proof that Harbaugh or the staff knew how this was executed.
Right. They didn't give the kid the marching orders. You can't prove it. You can't prove that we used whatever information that he gathered.
No, well, here's the thing. There's enough video. I'm sorry, I'm a Michigan fan all the way, blue and blue, true and blue. But there's enough video. There's enough video to suggest that they were using his information. He was a paid staffer, and I think it's easy to say they knew what his job was, which is why he was suspended without pay, and then he resigned.
I mean, but the argument could have been, we knew it just to know it. Because we're a smart program and we can decipher what the calls were.
Correct.
You can't prove that I used the information from him to decipher those calls.
That's true. You really never will be able to prove that. They have video where he is standing next to coordinators at the time of things happening and looking, and something happens, and then he says something, and then they change something. They got some video, but you really have to be. Now, here's the thing.
That's so sloppy. Why would he do that? Why, have him in a booth somewhere with a microphone or something?
Well, here's the thing. It's not illegal. That's the thing. Every team has one of these, or two of these, or three of these. It's not illegal to steal signs. It is part of the game. The issue here is that it's illegal to go sit at a game and record the sideline and bring that information back and then use that information to steal signs.
Gotcha.
So that's the argument. So that's where we are now. The beauty of all of this is now Michigan is the villain, because everybody outside of Ann Arbor and those of us who are Michigan fans, of course, want to see us win and thumb our noses at the NCAA. But everybody else is coming down, and I'm talking to the fodders, the loud mouths on ESPN2. They just want to say the hot takes and want to start to try to say that this team is good only because of the sign stealing, or this team is this. So they went into Happy Valley and they dominated Penn State and didn't run the ball in the second half at all, and still walked out of there with a win. And don't let the 24-15 score fool you. That was a late touchdown. It was really 24-9. And they said, here, NCAA, shove it. So you saw the bet, the JJ McCarthy on Twitter. And thank you, Dennis, for sending me that JPEG I can put up on my IG and story. Because at the end of the day, here you go. We don't care. So big ups to the folks at ESPN that are standing on something, like the Orlovskis and Riddicks, who said, man, look at their roster. Their roster has NFL guys up and down. They are a complete football team. They're a good football team. And this has nothing to do with it because at the end of the day, they've been stealing sides. Bro, I done recorded a couple games playing some of our opponents and try to steal their sides. So there's evidence out there. There's a whole sheet. I saw it on one of the stories. I think it's Sports Illustrated reported about the sign stealing or the sharing of signs to Purdue. And it's literally this, the whole sheet is littered with, if they do this, it equals this. If they do this, it equals that. If they do this, it's here it is.
Is it true that I guess Michigan sent like a 10-page later or whatever to the Big Ten before they came down with this? Is it true, like in the letter they were saying like other Big Ten teams gave them signals to help them beat other teams?
No, Purdue. Like so it's alleged that that Rutgers and Ohio State colluded together and shared the signs that Michigan uses with Purdue last year before the Big Ten championship game.
Oh, against Michigan.
Against Michigan.
Gotcha. Okay.
So basically, Michigan is saying, you want to act like this is a big deal, then let's talk about it. Let's put everybody out there then, because it's happening regardless. And what the Big Ten and the high and mighties up in the ivory tower are trying, well, it's not, you're not allowed to go to games and record it. You're not allowed to. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. So basically, if you come down on us, we expect you to come down on every single person. And here's a list, starting with them.
Okay. I think there's more that people have to share, but starting with them. And a couple of people have come out in Harbaugh's defense, some of his old staff guys, old coaches, old assistants. One guy came out and said, I was with the guy last few seasons. I was his right-hand man. If there was anything going on, I would have known it. He had no idea this was happening. They run a clean program, da-da-da-da-da. But everybody knows this is – and there's stories among stories. Now that this has happened, you go online and read the interviews with said coaches and said this and said that. There's stories among stories about how this has happened, and everybody does it. Like Leo said, everybody does it. I started high school ball, coaching high school ball 2008. You know what I was doing in 2008 as a DC? Stealing signs. It's a part of every game that has signs. And in NCAA, if you don't like it, put microphones in the helmets and call it a day.
Man, that sounds like the easiest fix to everything, don't it?
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think they did pay him and say, hey, here you go, resign. And thank you for everything you've done. Because I just hope y'all weren't dumb enough to tie this back to coaches, to where there's an electronic trail back to coaches. And from everything that they pointed out, they have nothing that points to currently right now that Harbaugh knew anything.
Okay. And then lastly, your prediction ends. Like, do you think the suspension will be lifted? Do you think it'll be vacated? Do you think he'll coach the Ohio State game? Like, what do you think? Like, if they keep going for so long, won't it run into the college football playoff? And
well, so here's the thing. So the NCAA is notorious for not solving anything fast. This probably goes into 2024 easy as far as the NCAA is concerned. The Big Ten, however, having ruled, this was pretty much the Big Ten commissioner saying, basically, all the other schools complain, so I got to do something. So I'm going to punish you. Here you go. Okay. So if they make it to the CFP, so, all right, so let's assume they win their next two games and they win the Big Ten championship and then the CFP. He would coach the Big Ten championship and the CFP. He would not coach Maryland and Ohio State. I believe that this injunction is going to come down. There's going to be a stay put in place, and he's going to end up on the sideline for the Maryland game. I believe the Big Ten is going to try to appeal that and take it up a level. And then so the Ohio State game is going to be in question, and it's going to be one of those things where you literally are going to be
week to week.
Week to week.
Okay. And then sorry, another follow-up question. So if this is sanction, if this is a suspension from the Big Ten, what about the NCAA? Are they doing anything?
They are currently investigating, but they take a long time to investigate things. They are
So could they add games to his already suspension, or
no? They would come out with their own suspension.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he can get suspended twice for the same thing.
Absolutely, he can get
Jeez.
suspended again. And the thing about the NCAA is, so from what I've read, this is what's called a level 2 violation. A level 2 violation is not as major as a level 1. So from what I understand, this is a level 2 violation. Unfortunately, the NCAA and Jim Harbaugh have history. Jim Harbaugh is currently under investigation, which is why there was the self-imposed 3-game suspension from earlier in the season, which goes back into initial recruiting violations. And the word is he pissed the NCAA off because he was not very helpful in those investigations. So they're working through that investigation right now. They gave themselves a self-imposed violation. A lot of people think they're going to try to elevate that from a level 2 to a level 1 because he kind of pissed them off. Because ultimately, what a lot of people say this is over is him giving a recruit a hamburger. But that's another whole story. But now you have this on top of it. So the NCAA, a lot of people feel like they got it out for Harbaugh. And Harbaugh, if you notice, he's kind of one of those awkward guys that people love to hate. And you'll have people, I heard so many pundits talking about, man, I just can't stand the guy. And I was like, why? It's he's a jerk. When? Like, there's no
when.
Everybody that you see that plays for this guy loves him. All right. And everything you hear about the program, the players, the coaches, they love the guy. He's not super jerk. Like, he's not a jerk on the sideline. He gets in the coaches just like everybody else does. His antics are a little wild and demonstrative at moments. And then sometimes the dude's just standing there. And the thing that I think other people don't like is when he does his interviews, he never really answers the question. Like, you ask him a question, he never really answers it. So it's like he likes to do it his own way. You know, people like to hate on that. They don't like the enigmas of the game. So we'll see. We shall see.
All right. I feel like it's gonna be a topic for a while.
Unfortunately, let's keep tweeting bet. Let's just keep it going.
All right. You know, I ain't gonna brag a little. I ain't gonna brag. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you have your, a little time. We ain't gonna spend too much time on it. You know what I'm saying? Just 7-2. That's all. Went out to SoFi, did our thing, scored a lot of points. No SOL out there. We went in, did our thing. Hey, on to the next game. How's your week go?
That was so fake. That was so fake. Man, so I'm not gonna hold you, okay? You already know. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. You already know. Listen, man, that was about to be some same old brownies type ish. Okay, we're down at halftime. Come back. Down again by 2 scores going into the fourth quarter against these dang old Ravens who can never seem to beat. All of a sudden, Lamar Jackson is like a quarterback that can stand in the pocket. All of a sudden, Odell Beckham wants to be a wide receiver today. Like,
Odell slander.
We're 2 touchdowns down, going into the fourth. Offense looks horrible. Where is the Deshaun Watson I've been waiting for? And arise. 14 for 14 in the second half, 132 and a touchdown, pick 6 for the defense, and then we missed the extra point. Oh, we won. I'm sorry. Big play, 24-17. We're getting the ball back with a sack from Garrett. Punt. Muff punt.
Muff punt. I was going to text you on that one too, but I was like, I'm going to leave him alone.
Browns, bro. I'm like, so in the last drive, I'm thinking to myself, we shouldn't even have to do this. This should be a tie game. But now we have to go win it. And then I realized, wait, even if it was a tie game, we'd still be going to win it. Man, let's go win it. And that's what we did, baby. We 6-3. We got Pittsburgh this week. And I was hoping, I was not feeling good about these 2 games. because the injuries are not coming at the right time. It's like certain people in and out, and we lose another offensive lineman. I'm like, man, we're about to go to Baltimore. It's gonna be tough. They're 7-2 right now. They're looking like the best team in the conference. All that stuff. You go in there and you get a win. Good job, boys. Victory Monday. We're 6-3. Steelers are next. Let's get it. You moving closer and closer, Cleveland. You're moving closer and closer into my top 5. You are getting there. Keep working. Keep working. Got a little softer part of the schedule coming up after you get through this next game. Just try to stack some wins. And let's get to the playoffs, baby. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Nice. All right. Well, Lions fans, let's just act like we've been there before, okay?
You haven't. So you should go ahead and just act like you haven't.
Just act like you've been there. All right.
Stop faking.
All I'm gonna say is this.
All of that you said last week, and that's all you have for this week.
All I'm gonna say is this. Philly is entering a monster part of their schedule. Okay. They got the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Bills. They got a monster part of the schedule coming up. And if we get a number 1 seed in the NFC, because we still got the Vikes twice, like we got the Saints. Like if let's say Philly drops 2 or 3 games.
Hey, let's do that exercise. You don't want to do it? Let's do it.
What exercise?
Come on, let's do that exercise.
What are we doing?
Because we do this sometimes here and there. Let's do that exercise. You've done this to me many times before, especially during the seasons where you guys were still bad and my team had a chance. You've done this to me. So you're gonna do it today. You're trying so hard to be modest, stay calm, try not to say stuff. I get it.
That was an SOL possibility game.
It was.
They didn't do it.
You have the I don't want to jinx it spirit right now.
No,
you are 7-2, sir.
Sure.
7-2. Here you go. Let's count them off. You're 7-2. Let's walk through the remaining of your schedule, wins and losses. You're at home with the Bears next week.
Duh.
You're home for the Packers on Thanksgiving.
Duh.
You go to New Orleans first week in December.
We always lose there, but duh.
Bears in Chicago right after.
Duh.
At this point, you're 11-2.
11-2.
Broncos home.
Duh.
Vikings at Minnesota Christmas Eve.
I like Dobbs.
Say it with your chest, man.
One's gotta come somewhere. So I give that one a loss.
Okay. Cowboys. 2 nights before the New Year. 8:15 prime time. ABC.
Duh.
At the Cowboys.
Duh.
And home again to the Vikings.
Duh. What's that? 1-6 in the next 7 games?
That's 6-1 in the next 7 games.
Yeah, 6-1.
Call it. You're 14-3 going into the playoffs.
Number 1 seed.
The first question I got today when I walked in work is, are the Lions going to the Super Bowl? I said no.
I like it.
What's your answer, Dre?
You mother right. Going to the goddamn Super Bowl. And y'all not going to see or hear from me for a while. I want you to know that. Wherever it's at, I'm going to be there. I'm going to hop a flight, and I'm going. Where's the bowl? Where is it? Vegas? You won't hear from me.
Oh, is it in Vegas this year?
Yeah, right? Because that's why they picked Usher.
Oh, Dennis. Hey, Dennis. If it's in Vegas, give me the extra room, bro.
You won't hear from me. You understand? I'm going to be gone somewhere, somehow. I'll pop up one day. the celebration will not be televised. I will be gone if the Lions make the Super Bowl. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I will televise that one then. I want everything documented. We were gonna be in Vegas. You know, half of Detroit live in Vegas anyway right now. We got our own casino and resort. But 7-2. Good job, fellas. That's all. Right there. Gotta bring it back. It's gonna be nuts, DC. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts, man. I'm just leaving my luggage at your house if it's okay. Y'all ain't gonna want to be around me. I'm gonna let you know. It's gonna be different. Y'all ain't never seen this version. It's gonna be different. If we make the Super Bowl, it's gonna be real different. That's all I got to say about that. I'm gonna try to get Academy Sports Show press passes. It's like we are a reputable sports media outlet, and I need Super Bowl press passes. And now I'm gonna sleep in the stadium. I'm gonna find a nice little nook somewhere and hide out and be there for a couple days so I can be in the stadium when. Listen, I got a plan. Y'all not gonna want to be around. But 7-2. 7-2.
There we go. There we go, James. Ooh, that would be something.
That would be great. That'd be the best story in the NFL could ever do.
Right.
That could be the best story the NFL could do.
Find me that script, please.
I'm gonna need a pass. Listen, I'm gonna be like, hey, I need some press passes. We got 1.7 million followers. We pull 500,000 views on a weekly basis. I want my press passes. All right, let's. So who y'all got next week?
Pittsburgh,
and we got Chicago. All right, we up then. We still up. Next week, same thing. We still up. All right, everybody's new favorite game. Joel, do you care? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, first, Joel, do you care? Do you care about this in-season tournament and all the tiles and the floors being changed and all the pageantry around the in-season tournament? Joel, do you care?
I do not care. This is a scale of 1 to 10. It is a let's get this one out the way quickly. It's a 0. We're starting it off.
James Harden level of care?
This is dumb. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? It's not
this
even
is dumb.
Like this is stupid. I don't even understand it, let alone this is dumb. All I know is the other night somebody won and so what? Like look at Washington's 0-2 and the points total is 231. What is happening? This doesn't even matter. This is stupid. This is why we don't cover the NBA until Christmas on this show because
the in-season tournament, people care.
I don't care. This is 0. Leonardo, what's good, bro?
Hey, Leonardo, you and Joe want to put something on this game this week? Steelers, Browns? Well, both of y'all 6-3, ain't y'all? Come on, man.
Yeah, we tied for second. We're not tied technically because they got the tiebreaker. We getting y'all this week, bro. We getting y'all this week. Let's know it. Your quarterback is not real, and we're gonna let him know. If it wasn't for the emotional hurt that we had to go through with losing our guy on that night, we would have won. But it's cool. We gonna get y'all this time.
Okay. All right. Try to mix the pot a little bit. All right, so 0. We starting off hot. This is a big,
0.
Big fat 0. Leonardo said it started off with a heck no and a 0. James said 1, and he doesn't understand. All right, let's do this. Next up, Joel, do you care that Stephen A says Coach Prime should go coach for A&M?
Hot take. That's what you call it. A hot take. It's a no for me. I'm gonna give it a 2 because that's Stephen A. hot take right there. No, and a no. Now listen, we all wanted to know how Prime would fit with Colorado, and I like going up there to Colorado. Not a lot of us up there besides to play on the football team. It's a very expensive school to go to. He fits perfectly there. The black and the gold, got the back and everything. I'm sorry. When I look at Texas A&M, I did this oil and water. So I'm a no there. This is a 2 for me. And Stephen A is hot take. He's hot take man anyway. And sometimes I can get with him. This is not one of the ones though.
You got a hot
Minka could play. Our whole number 1 defense in the league is playing this week. So Minka could play. Nice ad. But we got the number 1 defense in the league. And your boy Kenny Pickett is not. Come on, man. You know he's not having a great season. Y'all winning games because you got great coaching. I get all that, but not this time. Dan Campbell.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What they need to do is you send Aaron Glenn's punk A over there. Listen, hire a new DC next year, fellas. Okay, I love A Glenn. He's a nice guy. He ain't no defensive coordinator. Okay, we can sit in that two deep shell for a whole game all you want to, but with all this,
wait. You mean the defense that they left here in Detroit when they went out to LA to play the Chargers?
Oh my God! What did you go out there and buy all those DBs for and draft half a defense for you to give away 39 points every week? Come on, bro. What are you doing? I love you, Glenn, but listen, your job is done. If you don't get fired and they get another DC that can actually DC next year, like, come on, let's keep going up. This ain't it. Make him a DB coach or something.
Make him a DB coach, yes. That's the first thing I thought of.
All right, last one. Joel, do you care if Bill Belichick gets shown the boot at the end of the season?
Ooh, this is a 7 for me. This is a 7. I would care. It's interesting because how this is all going to play out, or if it even plays out, is like one of the biggest stories not being talked about because people are probably scared to say it. But that team is bad. And why do you take out Mac Jones and put in Zeppi for the last series of the game? Like that makes no sense to. There's no way you thought that was okay unless you were trying to make a point. And it just feels like he's a grumpy old man that just won't let go.
Yeah.
This is a 7 for me. I care.
Like, Bill is the last pillar of a great era of Patriot football.
Yep.
And to see him going just the disgust at Mac Jones, and then Bill O'Brien going in on the kid on the sideline, like they're all trying to put it on him. It seems like now, mind you, he's not playing great at all. No, but it just seems like Mac Jones is being made to be maybe the scapegoat so Bill can keep his job. But if I'm Robert Kraft, it's time to go, bro. Like we need to have a sit down, eye to eye. Like, hey, I'm not gonna fire you. You're gonna resign.
Right.
All right. Gracefully. And I will give you the greatest send-off one can ever give a coach. But the time is now. I gotta go get somebody else. Take you and your whole tree of coaches up out of here and go ruin some other franchise. It's time for them to start rebuilding. They've been rebuilding for the last since Brady left.
They're not a good team. Look at their roster.
No,
their roster is trash, but the media loves it to be Belichick can make the Belichick way, the Patriot way can make them relevant, and that's the only reason they're relevant.
Tom Brady made Amendola and Welker and Branch and all those guys. He made them great. You hit on Gronk, great. You hit on some defensive guys early on in the early run, but yeah, Brady made those guys go.
Yep.
And if you really want to say it, even though he just got fired, my man from Vegas who just got fired as the O coordinator, he made them go too.
Josh McDaniels.
You lost your O coordinator, you lost your Super Bowl Hall of Fame quarterback, and it's just you. It don't look good. Look like you lost your touch. And then the Belichick way is just so stale and dry, and no fun, and matter of fact, don't nobody want to play for you. There's no inspiration. Like, look at the Raiders right now. Like, my man just tried to be you over there and got ran out the city.
Exactly what that was.
And now you got Antonio Pierce over there, and they want to run through a wall for that guy.
Yep.
You know, same thing with my man over here, Matt Patricia. You try to bring that old, stale, dry, fake accountability bull crap into a locker room full of men, and they see right through you, and they telling you they see right through you, and you ruin a franchise that was already booty, and you get ran up out of here. Then you get a guy in here that players want to run through a wall for. So, yeah. Belichick got to go. If you're a Patriot fan, if you care about the Pats, he got to go.
Gotta go. I like it.
All right. That's a 7. I like it. All right. So that was Joel. Do you care? All right. Week 2. How you feeling about week 2? You
like it? Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, it's ways to get 8s, 9s, and 10s out of me now. You pick the right people. I'm gonna go in.
It's a good way to get trending topics in without having to spend too much time on it.
Right. Exactly.
I like it. All right, here we go. Last segment of the day before we get to the video. Joel's top 5 last week. You had Eagles, Baltimore, Lions, KC, Miami.
Oh, you showing my top 5 first again? Okay.
You want me to switch it up every week?
Yeah, let's switch it up every week. And you hardly mind, so I know you're excited.
I heard it was the first time too, man. That's how I save it.
Okay.
That's all right. It's okay. All right. Well, I'm just giving you some. I won't do that no more, I guess.
No, I just knew you were excited because your Lions are number 2 in my
Hey,
top.
man, it just be like that sometimes. I expected it.
Yes,
right.
Man.
Baltimore drops down. Everybody moves up. Miami's out.
Yeah, new folks join the top 5 this week. It's the 49ers. The 49ers look like they're back on track. They're healthy again. Debo's back, which just gives their offense a nice balance. They already got McCaffrey. And I don't know if y'all checked and see, but, man, that defensive line is sick, man. You got Chase. You got
Chase on one side. Bosa on one side.
Bosa on the other. Armstead in the middle, bro. Oh, my God. It's not fair. It's not fair. So, yeah, I mean, the way they handled Jacksonville was a big win. Jacksonville was one of the top tier teams right now in the AFC. That's a good win. So they're back in. So I think everybody else just moves up for me. Yep, your Lions come in at number 2. I don't knock teams for winning close games like that because on the road in the NFL is very hard to win. And listen, it is what it is, man. You got a dub in a game where your defense didn't show up. Your quarterback and your offense did what they were supposed to do. You're running back with the long run. Amon-Ra, of course, looking good. You just got a good team. You know, good pieces in the right places. And Jahmyr Gibbs, lightning in the bottle right now. I mean, what a rookie season for him. So, Eagles, I think we're on a bye this week. So, you know, they're number 1. They don't move. Lions slide up.
Chiefs played in London or something like that.
Yeah, and tonight is Bills and Broncos. Cincinnati, remember, was coming in at 6, 5, 6, or 7. I mean 6, 7, and 8
Yep.
for me last week. They go and lose to Houston, so I couldn't move them up. And I really did want to. I did, man. I wanted to slide my Browns in at 5. I just felt like that was a big leap, and because to be honest, they're starting to. These wins now are starting to make me feel a lot better about them. We're really one. It's funny how the NFL works. We play Seattle, go up there, control the ball, run. PJ's looking good, doing his job. He throws the ball off a guy's helmet. They get the ball back. They win the game. Yeah. This week, Lamar throws the ball off a guy's helmet. Pick 6. We're back in. It's just weird how the NFL works like that. So we're one ball off of somebody's helmet away from being 7-2, instead of 6-3, which is interesting. So I wanted to bring the Browns into this, which I feel like I could have justified them at 5, right
James
behind the Ravens, but I got them at 6 right now, James. Get a win over the Steelers this week, and I'm going to slide them past Baltimore just by default by saying they beat the Ravens.
James says Philly, KC, Lions. KC over Lions? We don't remember that win? All right. 49ers and Browns. All right.
Yeah, it's hard for me to go KC over Lions, man. Got the dub at the beginning of the year. Different team, though. KC's a different team. But
for that win. All right.
Credit for the win, though.
Kind of makes me regret my top 5.
Look at my boys in there.
Kind of makes me regret my top 5, James. Let me put some edits in. All right. All right. So
we got the same top 5 again.
We are lockstep in the top 4. I moved the Lions up. I actually bounced Baltimore. Bounced Baltimore out, and Cincy. The 49ers were my 6th team. Last time I had the Bengals in there over an impressive win over the Bills, but bad loss against Houston. Because you really call it a bad loss, even though their record is kind of mid, but Houston's peaking right now. So I had to take them out. And then I put San Francisco in since they were my 6th team, moved them up a little bit. And I put the Browns in. Browns, they got a win over San Francisco, albeit, field goal and all that stuff.
Win.
They got a win over Cincinnati. They got some good wins. So I went ahead and put them over there, and then the win over Baltimore pushed them over the top for me at 5. And then you got a nice little run coming up of wins that'll keep you up in there too, depending on the fashion that you beat these teams in, because we saw Jacksonville lose really badly, so we know they're not ready yet. We saw Miami lose to KC, so we know they're not quite there yet. Buffalo, do we really trust them? And, Dallas, some of these other teams that have good records, do we really trust them? So I went ahead and put the Browns at number 5 because they beat Baltimore. It was a game, like you said, if this was a couple years ago in the situation, they probably would have let that game go. They probably would have let that game slide and have an excuse on why they lost. But they came back, won that game, and so I went ahead and put them at number 5.
Nice. Well, I like that. I almost feel bad for not doing it. Now, goodness. You analyzed that very well, sir.
And then what's the? I think it's a Thursday game, Cincinnati, Baltimore. What's the Thursday? Is that right?
Yeah. It's Baltimore, Cincinnati. I think this coming Thursday. Let me take a look. 11-16. They play the 8-15 game. Yeah, so this week is interesting. In the AFC North might be the toughest division in NFL right now. All 4 teams are 500 record or above. This week it is Browns, Steelers, Ravens, Bengals this week. So
beating up on each other.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. We have the Browns have They just still have their one left against the Bengals. As far as once they play the Steelers, they'll be done with their division until the end of the year. Week 18, they play the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe in these next 2 weeks or so, you making the Detroit Lions the number one team on your list. That would make me so happy. It's coming. I feel it's coming, and I just wait for that episode where you send me the text and it says Detroit won, and I'll be like, man, look at God, look at him. Who would have ever thought? Who would have thought? But as a Lions fan, we need this number one seed. Like, just in retrospect, like you don't got to play Philly, you don't got to play San Francisco to the NFC Championship game. I love that. I love it. What you got to go through, maybe Minnesota, Dallas. I like those games better than going against Philly or San Francisco back to back. Get that number one seed, Lions. Come on. I believe in you. Forward down the field. All right. Last but not least.
Oh, let me text the boy.
Is it a catch or ain't it a catch? The young highlight reel himself, Joel Williams, as the paper says. So why did he want this to be a thing today?
So he put it on his story and was like just sending it out there, like, Dad, catch or no catch, I think it's a catch. It was called a catch. That's the only angle I saw originally, and where I was standing when it actually happened, I was behind the play, so it looked like a catch from my vantage point. When I see that angle, then I told him, I said, that's where it becomes questionable. So just so everybody knows, the call on the field was catch. All right, the call on the field was catch. What say you?
Brown calls fumble. Are we going by 2007? Is it a catch rules or just
the rule today is right? He's got to control it through the ground.
Yeah, he didn't control it through the ground. Did as soon as he hit the ground, the ball moved. He got 2 feet down, possession. No football move, so you can't say it was a fumble. 1-2. As soon as he hits the ground, ball moves. It's not a catch. You sent it to me. I was like, I can't remember what the call was. I was like, is that? I don't know.
This was the one that everybody was like, head tap.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is that one. So Kobe says at his age, that's a catch. Ground can't cause him fumble. NCAA, NFL, that's not a catch. Leonardo said, not a catch. Yes. I don't know if you're asking me is that my son? Yes, that is my son. Or if you're just saying it's your son, be honest with. I am being honest with. I actually voted not a catch with him as well, but it was ruled a catch on the field. That looks like he doesn't control it through the ground to me.
Yeah, I can see how a ref, if he's behind that play on the second video and he doesn't see it all the way through, I can see how he can call that a catch. Angle, like if I'm the ref and I'm behind him right now.
That ref right there is the one that called it a catch.
Yeah. I don't know what he saw there. Because he catches it. He brings it down. He gets 2 feet down. As soon as that hits the ground, it looks like the ball moves.
Yes.
And then he can control it, and then it squirts out.
Kobe, I appreciate the love, bro. He said, sure, you be putting in the work. I'm not mad at him. That's a catch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Leonardo. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, he a dog for sure, man. We just but yeah, like he wanted me to ask, and I forgot for us to put it on the last show. So I told him I would make sure we got it in today. I told him to jump on. I sent him the link, but he ain't saying anything. But Dennis, what you say, man? Catch or no catch? James, y'all chime in.
Yeah, he got to get up like he caught it too. Like, come on,
right.
You got to get up like he caught it.
Leonardo said I would have gave him a catch at his age. James said it's a catch.
Man, that was Megatron in 2007. That not a catch.
Everybody saying it's a catch, son. You getting the love. Everybody saying it's a catch. High pointed it. Yep, he did his thing.
Oh yeah, he ain't never had a problem going to go get it.
Yep. Can't wait to see him on the next level, man. We'll keep everybody posted as always, as we do on the show.
Undisputable evidence. I was watching the game the other day, and it was like a hockey league is what they call. I'm like, hey, hockey league still ref it? I was like, that's his son.
That's his son, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, his son doing it. Just
like, he still got the gun and everything. I was like, keep your daddy's tradition alive.
Man, appreciate it, Dennis. Man, appreciate the love, bro. And thank you on his behalf too. He appreciates all the support.
Tell him I told him it wasn't a
catch. Yeah, I think he just like my get on jump on right quick. So I don't know if he hopefully he'll rewind it. He can see what everybody said.
All right, anything else?
Hey man, nothing else. But listen, have y'all been watching? Man, listen, women's college basketball, bro.
I've been seeing the highlights though,
bro. It's
a girl from USC.
Yeah, and you see the girl from South Carolina, bro.
The one with the fillet.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
They rank number 1 right now. They just jumped up to number 1. Hey, women's basketball is on jump right now. I'm with it. I'm gonna have to add that to my.
As much as I say LSU got popped as much as they stacked their team.
Yep. I'm with it, man. I might have to start watching those on a more consistent basis.
Yeah, it's a girl from USC who highlights keep popping up, and she just got she got to be from Cali because she got a Cali like snarl when she just play, and I'm like, yeah, you rough and you rough, and I think she's a freshman too, so
yeah, man. Yes, and that girl out here like magic. Yeah, I gotta start watching, man. It's gonna be a season. I gotta check these girls out. They balling. So big ups to the women getting it in too on the hardwood.
Gotcha. All right. So like usual, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything Academy Sports Show, man. We want to get y'all to the YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to YouTube and trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live. Today we went live at 7. Last week we went live at 7:30. So we always try to keep it in that wheelhouse on Mondays. But you would know firsthand if you subscribe. And subscribing gives you that notification when I put the show up, when I schedule the show. So it'll tell you, it'll give you a notification, hey, Academy Sports Show is going live at 7. It's going live at 7:30. So subscribing and hitting the bell helps us tremendously. Make sure you share this sports show with your friends. Talk about it amongst yourselves. Get more people in the chat so that way we can get those 100,000 million views. So that way when the Lions go to the Super Bowl, I can get my press pass. All right. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you on behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Hey, man, enjoy Monday Night Football tonight. Enjoy Sports Week, and we will see you Monday. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
Yes, sir. Number 1 in fantasy.
No, you're number 2 in fantasy.
In my division.
Oh, I'm number 1 in my division.
Me too.
Yeah, next week you're right, Leonardo. Bye.